Namaste everyone, welcome back to LiveStronger. Today we are going to work on our back. After yesterday's chest workout, I hope your chest feels great, mine does. Before going to sleep, I did do some hand massage just to relieve some tension, making sure that my chest goes back to its neutral length. Today we are going to start with dynamic stretches as usual, then go on to our warm-up sets and then start with our upper back working exercises. In our exercises, we are going to do the drop sets again. I am trying to keep the theme of this week as drop set, introduction to drop set at least, or welcome back drop sets in my transformation. We are also going to try doing some pull-ups. Fingers crossed to get my pull-up strength back. I was capable at one point to do weighted pull-ups, but now I struggle to do even one pull-up. So I'm going to focus on gaining my strength back in terms of pull-ups also. If you're someone who is still not capable or still working on doing a pull-up, I'm with you. Let's build that strength too together. We are still going to work on our forearms. That will be our daily routine. I think that's enough introduction for today. So let's go. Let's begin our stretches. We start with our dynamic stretch. One stretch which we do always. As you start doing this stretch every day, you might start noticing a little bit of difference in terms of the way you are able to do this stretch, the way you're catching up with the speed. Maybe your legs, you're able to spread them more, you are able to create more of a stretch. That's improvement. If you're still trying to catch up, if you're still trying to balance yourself, that's also absolutely fine. Take your time, build the strength, the stability and the flexibility slowly is always a good thing. So let's begin. Let's do our reps, 4 reps each side as usual. One knee down, one knee up, hand down, push up, reach out and turn. One of the things which I want you to focus when facing up, when turning upwards, is to feel your upper back squeeze and get straight, because when you're turning, your both hands are basically coming in line. So your back squeezes and it comes in a straight line. And with your legs, when you're getting in position, you need to feel a good inner thigh stretch. And when you're trying to reach out, you should feel a good chest stretch. I know you might be thinking, why do we do the same stretch every day? It sounds kind of boring, but trust me, consistency over everything. If you do it consistently for a good period of time, you are bound to get the results. You're bound to see the difference, given that you do it in the right way, in the best way possible. So if you do it consistently every day, regardless you go to the gym or not, doing 4 repetitions once in a day, you slowly start seeing improvements. I'll just do a bit of deep squat to unlock my hips and feel a good stretch. My legs are completely recovered. I feel no tightness, no soreness, thanks to all the static stretching and foam rolling which I have been doing post exercise and before going to sleep. And that's it. We're done with our dynamic stretches. Now we are going to start with our warm-up exercises. First warm-up exercise, we are going to do the inclined Y races. I have done this last time also. Grab the lightest dumbbells possible. I just grabbed 1 kilo each. If you don't have such light dumbbells and if you don't have any dumbbells which weigh so less, you can do it empty handed. Try to do it slow. It's still a warm up. All we want to get going is our back. So on my bench, I can't keep my feet down due to its wide cushion, but you are free to keep your feet down. It's simple. You de-shrug, keep your arms straight and simply raise in the shape of a V. Some also call this a Y raise, so it's quite similar. You want to feel your entire upper back and mid back working, trying to stabilize the weights, trying to get them high and also controlling the way down. You might feel a little bit of tightness in the lower back just about this space. I hope you can see where I am pointing, because I can't definitely see. That's because your lower back is trying really hard to stay in balance. I am just going to put my feet down to get comfortable. It's a pretty simple warm up, slow and steady, and you should feel it instantly. All the muscles which are working to go through this range of movement. Again, if you don't have any weights, you can also do it free hand with your thumbs pointing up. You would still feel your posterior chain working hard to get your hands into that position. But if you can, grab a weight and control it. Don't swing it hard, control the weight. And that's it. I feel a good amount of working on my lower back. So that's our first warm up. Our second warm up, we are going to do a warm up set for our first exercise. That would be the chest supported dumbbell rows. The reason why I like it is because initially this doesn't unnecessarily put stress on your lower back, and if you are someone who is new, you might not be able to control the weight so well. So using such a setup really helps in learning and building strength on your upper back. I just realized you can't see me. I'm just going to put the camera a little bit higher. Okay, I hope you can see. Just take a couple of dumbbells, lighter weight, not the working weight. I just grab the 5 kilo dumbbells. Let your arms go completely down, straight. Let your shoulders roll forward. Now, just swing your arms a little bit forward with very less momentum. You want to get them just about near to your eye level, and from your eye level you pull. And when you are pulling, I don't want you to pull straight. This is also a good way to row, but I like to row up and back, get less amount of my bicep activated, more of my lats involved. And as it goes forward, I let the dumbbells stretch forward, letting my hands come back to my eye level. I try to keep, or at least I like to keep my head above the cushion, so I am not resting heavily on my head. I would suggest you do the same. It's more comfortable to breathe and execute the exercise. I am using a little bit of momentum because it's a warm up set, and that's it. Felt good. Now when I am doing my working sets, I will try to control the lowering down motion also, trying to get as much stretch as possible. But in warm up, you can use a little bit of momentum to let your hands swing forward to get the habit of letting your arms go forward and then pulling back. One of the cues to understand or to give yourself the feedback if you are pulling straight up, I will show it to you on the bench. If I pull this dumbbell straight up, it is just below my chest, but if I let it go forward and pull it back and up, it goes near my hip line. So that's a cue for you to ensure that you are pulling it up and back without using your bicep. So, up and back, the dumbbell or the weight which you are holding reaches your hip or exactly where your pants elastic is. So, anatomically that is an easy cue to remember. That is it, that is our warm up. Now, we are going to do our working sets. Let us go for our first working set. So, what I have done is I have taken a couple of dumbbells, heavy ones. Always remember, I start with a challenging weight and then see how my weight progresses, and I have placed them just on the floor near my hands. If you have a partner, the partner can help you in grabbing them. If you do not have a partner, it is a bit of work, but not as much as compared to setting up a proper row. This is more supported and more easier to do. So, if you have a chest supported rowing machine at your gym, feel free to use it, it is almost the same action. So, it works too. If you do not, or if you prefer to do it with the dumbbells, set it up. You can use gloves and hand straps to get better grip. I forgot to get mine today, and I got both my dumbbells in my hands, swing it a little bit forward and take it behind. Easy. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and release. Slowly drop them forward towards each other and they will stay in place. That was good. The important part while doing this exercise is to make sure you are breathing normally. Do not hold your breath. Since you are laying on a bench, unintentionally you might happen to hold your breath. Do not do that, you might feel a little bit dizzy. Just keep breathing normally, let the weight go forward and come back. That is it. We take a short break and we go for our second set. Let us go for our second set. I have not changed my weight, I am using the same weight because it was challenging to get the 12 reps, and I feel that I might not be able to pull a bit heavier weight. So, I am going to continue with the same. So, let us go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Drop. That was good. It was challenging. So, maybe I will stick to the same weight for my third set too. Take a short break, 90 to 120 seconds, and we go back to our third set. For my third set, I have placed the camera behind me, so it would help you create a visual of how your back works when you are doing this exercise, or how the squeeze happens. This might help you a little bit in getting a feedback and creating a vision in your mind when you are doing this exercise. So, let us begin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That was heavy. I was really trying to pull them hard. I don't know how the video looks. I'll only know it when I'm trying to put all of it together. But I hope the angle from behind helps you visualize yourself or visualize your back when you're doing the same exercise, how it squeezes, how it comes together, how your elbows go. On that note, let's take a short break and get back to our fourth exercise. Fourth set. For my fourth set, what I have done is I have got few more dumbbells near my bench. Remember, we were going to do drop set. The change of weight here, if you are doing alone, might take a little bit of time while transitioning from one weight to the other. If you have a partner, it could be quick. So, I am going to stick to the same weight with which I did my first set and drop weights as I come closer to failure. If you are tired or not very confident about dropping weights or want to continue with the same weight, feel free to do that. Try to go up till failure, almost failure, where your arm completely refuses to go behind. So, if not drop set, you are at least hitting your failure set. That could be the case also when you are going through only less amount of weight, maybe a 5 kilo dumbbell, just to learn the exercise. It's absolutely fine. Try to go as many repetitions as possible. There's hardly a case wherein your form goes wrong because you're very well supported on a bench. Your body remains straight. All you can cheat is by using your bicep and trying to pull with your bicep. So it wouldn't be so bad if you get few of bicep dominated reps, but still try to get your failure. Okay, let's go. Grab my dumbbells, swing them a bit forward and then pull. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Drop. I might get more reps, but that would defeat the purpose because I would completely blow out my energy with that one single weight. To switch to drop, try to get more repetitions. This feels lighter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's failure. I was just not able to pull it back. I'm going to drop one more weight. I would not recommend it, but if you want, you can catch your breath for 10-15 seconds. If you are trying to do the drop set, but you're out of breath. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Done. That was extremely good on my back. I felt in the last few reps, I felt my lat all fired up, trying to pull the weight behind. My biceps, I'm really happy, did not pitch in much because of the range of movement. It was all my lats and my upper and mid back doing the work. I'm happy with how the exercise went. I hope it's the same for you. Now we take a break, maybe up to 3 minutes. I'll take a couple of minutes before we move on to our next exercise. For my second exercise, I'm going to do pull-ups. If you are someone who can do pull-ups, go ahead. Simple 4 sets. Try to do 10 repetitions minimum each set. If you're like me, who are at this moment of time not able to do pull-ups, there are 2 options here. If you have a pull-up rack, you can use a elastic band to assist you in doing the pull-up. If you don't have one at this moment of time, I suggest getting one. It's quite helpful. The second is that you have a pull-up rack with assisted weights. So that's a rack with assistance to do your pull-ups. If you have that, it's a blessing. Use that to get your repetitions. Weight, it depends from person to person how strong you are. So you will figure out the weight in first few reps, how much weight you want to rack it up to assist you. I'm using a medium resistance band here to help me go through the range of motion. So it's also a learning phase for me. What I'm just doing is I have already hooked the band here. I like to keep both my feet, because if both my feet are together, feel more straight and less amount of energy leak. I hold it just outside my shoulder length and I try to go straight up. I don't want to swing. just want to go straight up, and that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Not bad. I was able to get 6 repetitions with resistance. My target is to get back to, while if you're using a resistance band, be careful while you get it off your foot. Since I'm barefoot, I have a little bit of control. If you're wearing shoes, it might slip out, so make sure you have a firm grip and get it off safely. Coming back to, I really want to get my pull-up strength back, and it would only happen with consistency. The easiest way to learn exercise or get stronger in exercise is to keep doing it as many times as possible, so that start building strength. If you don't do it, you'll never learn it. Also, never use pull-up exercise as a warm-up exercise for your back day. Pull-ups are a very good, I consider them to be kind of a compound movement, because they're working your arms, they're working your legs, they're working your hands, and they're also working your core in terms of keeping you straight. So let's go. Let me try to get few more repetitions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Band kind of slipped on my body, but that's fine. Just moved a little bit back. If you're totally not able to do a overarm grip at your shoulder length, I'll also try doing an underarm grip, because while doing an underarm grip, your biceps come into play a lot, and they tend to help you to get above the bar or execute the pull-up completely. So if you're able to do underarm grip, go for it, do it. It's a good thickness builder for your back. But if you're not able to do that, you can mix it up, do a little bit of overarm grip at your shoulder length, shoulder width distance in terms of holding the bar, or you can do the underarm grip, again shoulder width distance. So now I'm going to try doing it underarm with shoulder width. Hopefully my biceps will help me a lot more. So let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Nope, that's not the case. My hands got tired. So I'm with you. I'm not embarrassed, maybe a little, but I really want to get my strength back. So if you're someone like me who is very strong, strongly wants to get stronger, I suggest keep doing this. But if you can already do pull-ups, you know how good they are. So I'm going to take a couple of minutes of break to regain my energy, and then go for my 4th set. Go, 4th set. I'm going to continue doing overarm grip, use the resistance. Just grip well, try to generate as much energy as possible with my back. I won't cheat, so I won't jump my first rep. I'll try to pull myself. 1, 2, 3, not 4, not 4 yet, and that was also not 4, but good. I tried, it felt good. We'll keep trying. I will keep trying, and I hope you will too, so that we get stronger in this exercise together. Now I take a short break again and go for our third exercise. For our third exercise, I'm going to do shrugs on the Smith machine because I like to do this is one of the only exercises I like to do on the Smith machine because it ensures the bar stays with your body. The bar doesn't or cannot move away. So the stress is always on your upper trapeziums, your trap muscles. Also, you might say, okay, usually people work traps on their shoulder days. It's not necessary. Your trap is basically part of your posterior chain, so you are more than free to train it on your shoulder day. I like to train it on my back day after doing couple of mid back and upper back workouts. If I do this first, my traps are heavily activated and they might keep jumping in while I'm trying to do the other exercises. So I like to do it third or fourth. On that note, let's not waste any more time. I like to hold the bar a little bit wide than my shoulder width and then stand straight and shrug. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That felt good. I felt a good amount of squeeze traveling right from behind my neck all the way a little bit down towards my mid trapezium. I'm going to add a little bit of weight for my second set to maybe see how it goes. You can stick to the same weight or an empty bar. If you don't have a Smith machine, you can do it with an empty bar. If you don't have a bar, you can do it with the dumbbells. The motion is same. The cue is to try to touch your shoulders to your ears. Anatomically, it isn't very much possible, at least for me. But if you do that, your traps get contracted the most. So you can do it on dumbbells, your simple bar. Just have to make sure your hands stay close to your body and you're trying to touch your ears with your shoulders. So we take a break, add weight, go for our second set. Let's go for our second set. Just added a few kilos of weight and lift. 1, 2. It's also important to completely let the weight go down to feel the stretch. That was good and challenging. Take a few seconds and we go for our third set. Third set, I'm just going to stand with my back facing towards you, so you can see how my posterior works when I'm doing the shrugs. The setup is simple, I haven't changed much. The weight is also the same as my second set. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That was tough. I don't know how good or how well it was from behind. I would know once I'm starting to put this video together. Well, that was a good set. Take a couple of minutes, go for our fourth set. Fourth set, here we go. And the set, I'm going to do a drop set. Let's see how many weights I can drop. If you're doing with the same weight, you're free to continue, but I would request you to join me in the drop set. Whatever weight, try to drop it a little bit and then continue till failure. So let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, Take the weight off. This would take a few seconds. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Drop once more. Oh, dropping weight on a Smith setup is a bit challenging. I'm going to do it. I think that was a long enough break, but I still consider it to be a drop. Really tired. I think that's all I would do for this exercise in this set. That's been great. We take a good break for 2 to 3 minutes and we go for our fourth exercise. For our fourth exercise, we are going to do some lat pull downs. I just forgot what I was about to say, but what I was saying is you must have already seen how I do this in my first video. If not, I'll just give a quick recap. I like to hold it overhand grip just about my shoulder width. Make sure your legs perfectly lock under the cushions. You never want to lean with your lower back. You want to lean with your hips to get that extra bit of squeeze. The starting position is with your bar over your head, and your contracted position is bar on chest while you are leaning back with your hips. That's it. Okay, I just got into some kind of turbo mode for no reason. I did them quite quickly to get as much power as possible at a good challenging weight, of course. You can do it a little bit slower, there's no hurry. I try to get to 12 repetitions as fast and as clean as possible, and I felt a really good contraction in my back while trying to get my elbows back. So it was a good set. What I was trying to get to a point is you don't have to do as fast as I did and take it a little bit slower. So take a short break, go for our second set. For my second set, I just move the camera behind me so you can see how my body moves from behind and visualize the same for yourself. The second set, I'm going to do the drop. So it's going to be quick, hopefully powerful too. So neutral position, pull, contract, lean with your hips. Drop a few kilos and reposition yourself just about shoulder width, get a grip and go for them. You can use straps and gloves to get more grip. My biceps just started getting in. For the last few reps, I'm just going to change the bar and get a close grip attachment You can continue with the same bar, or if you have a close grip, use that. Just for the last few reps. Again, neutral is still the cable above my head, and then pull with while driving my elbows behind me. And I'm tired. So that was a good set. So we are done with our fourth exercise. We just have one more exercise to go. I'm sorry I was talking too loud, but we have one more exercise to go. We take a good couple of minutes to catch our breath back. At least I am a little bit out of breath, and we're going to do our fifth exercise. For our last exercise, we're going to do our dead hangs. I'm going to put my stopwatch on, get to the position quickly. Don't use straps here. You can use gloves. Let me see, and let's go. And that's 1 minute. My hand started slipping. I think I need to work a little bit more on my forearm exercises to get past that 1 minute mark, because just near 1 minute my hands always start slipping. So it could be the same with you. You might be stuck at 15-20 seconds, or you might be stuck at, or you might be doing better than me, holding maybe even 100 seconds. It's still, I would recommend to continue training your dead hangs. Keep doing it every day. If you're doing 100 seconds minimum, that's awesome. If you can go above, that's awesome too. But if you're below, let's keep training to reach that 100 mark. So on that note, we are done with our exercises. We now proceed to our static stretches. So the first static stretch, I have already done this and explained this in my static stretches video, but it's pretty simple. Place a bar, or you can just hold a ball which is right at your shoulder height. As you hold, lean a little bit down while pushing your glutes back, and slowly lean into the hand which is holding the bar or the wall or the support, and you should start feeling a good stretch in your lat. Hold it there for good 15 to 20 seconds. Then I switch sides, keep my other arm, lean forward by pushing my glutes behind, and then lean into my support arm, feeling my lats stretch. That felt really good. Now we are going to do our door frame stretches to stretch our lower back and upper back. These are pretty simple. You stand beside a frame or a rack with your arm which is beside the rack. You hold the underside, the arm which is out goes above, slowly step a little bit out, creating a stretch on this side, and then move the leg outside behind the leg which is inside. You should start feeling a good stretch. Hold there for 10 to 15 seconds. I realized the camera was not far enough for you to see my feet position, so I am just going to place it a little bit behind so you can see how my feet are positioned when I do my other side. So with this arm, so the bar, I am just going to put it a little bit high. So with this arm, just going to hold the underside, the overside. Don't need to hold it really tight. The moment you do this, you should start feeling a good stretch just on your entire side of your back and the lower back. And now slowly push yourself a little bit out by stepping out, and to get more of a stretch, take your leg which is outside and move it in and hold. That's it. That felt good, and we are done with our static stretches. And that's a wrap. Thank you for joining me. If you did enjoy the workout and you could work out all the way and learn something, I'll be extremely grateful if you could like the video, share it with your friends, your family. Definitely appreciate if you subscribe the channel, and if you have a minute, do drop a comment with your valuable feedback. That could be anything. It could be constructive criticism or something which you want to see or learn in the future videos. I try to do the best with all the equipment which is available with me. Otherwise, my back feels great. I felt a really good workout and the stretches went well. If for any reason you weren't able to follow up with these stretches which I have done, there's a video wherein I have showed all the stretches which I do or which I try to do in my workouts on a regular basis. So there are more stretches in that. So you could go to that video, go to the static stretches for the upper back and lower back, and you can do it from there too. But otherwise, these would be sufficient for today. On that note, again, thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you tomorrow. Have a great evening. Thank you.